building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Commanders. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
That kind of kickoff return is something we call a momentum play. So if you're the offensive coordinator and you have a script of plays that you plan to run, you may change it up now because you may decide to go for some bigger strikes and try and keep the momentum going.
Come on. Hey.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they'll run it with McAllister. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They'll set up to throw. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Panthers will get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Corral now on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Now, that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Corral. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken in at the 22. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the give, McAllister with it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set right at the 50-yard line. A handoff as they run the counter play. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From just shy of midfield, Corral. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Hands it off out of the gun. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 4th down. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Open man down the field is Henry. Touchdown, Panthers. Hunter Henry, 39 yards. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. ETN up the middle. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Extra point safely through. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on. Both sides moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On 2nd and 10. Corral. Open man, the tight end Henry. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. McPherson now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that is incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
Here's Johnny Townsend to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. On first down, it's Corral. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Corral with it on first down. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Corral slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Corral looking to throw. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now comes the field goal unit on. And boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Room here to... And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Rolling to his right. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Barnett. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Panthers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. throwing on 2nd and 3. Corral. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Corral from the gun on 3rd down here. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taking on the midfield logo. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A handoff to McAllister. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Panthers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Corral takes a shotgun snap.
And complete to Drake London. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 22.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack to the 27-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Well, they let McLaurin try and run. And out of bounds right around the 20. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Fourth down. Here's Corral. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run here with McAllister. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll look to throw here. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the jump.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
On 3rd down, here's Corral.
Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
4th down, here's Corral.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand.
Here we go, here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 45 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. On the carry, it's McAllister, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. No gain on the play there, second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give running left, McAllister, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't it?
Corral from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. as he's on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Commanders take over first down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Here we go.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They run with Deuce McAllister, and he can muster only a couple here to the 24. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 85 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This is McAllister. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 17 there. Good for a Commander's first down. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Drake Jackson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He finds his man complete. It's Barnett. A huge play there for Washington. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Let's go. Check.
They'll run on first down. McAllister, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
Taken in at the 3. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Carolina. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Carolina...